Yes, then Reds. So I've just finished watching the Jurgen Klopp interview of Stephen Oakey of Diary of a CEO fame. So I'm going to be doing like a vlog about it in the next half an hour or so. But I'm just dropping a few little shorts. I just wanted to start with the funny one first. So Stephen asked Klopp about his time in Mainz. And obviously, we know that he took over Mainz because the board asked him to, and he was only supposed to manage for one game, and then it became two games, and then he won 6 out of 7, and then he became the permanent manager, got Mainz promoted after two unsuccessful attempts, blah, 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 blah. We all know that. But I didn't know this, but apparently the ex-manager of Mainz, so the one before Klopp, and I don't know what I forget what the gentleman's name is, but that Mainz obviously weren't doing particularly well at the time, and he basically gets them into like this room, so they took him away for like a lad's day, presumably, or something, brought them all a beer, and then said, right, I want you all to decide whether I am basically, long story short, I'm the manager for the job. And all the Mainz players are like, what the hell's going on? So Klopp was telling Stephen this, and I thought he was going to say, oh, yeah, you're the guy for the job, and then Mainz sacked him. What actually happened was, basically, all the Mainz players, like 80%, 90%, according to Klopp, actually said no. And then they told Jurgen that he had to go and tell him, and Jurgen was like, well, I'm not the captain, why do I have to tell him for? So this manager then comes back, and then Klopp's like, yeah, we kind of don't want you as the manager. And then basically this manager was just like, this is outrageous, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to speak to trading 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to speak to the board. And Jurgen's like, okay then. And then he spoke to the Mainz board, and he was just like, I want to organise a press conference when I tell everyone that I have like full power over these players, and so on and so forth. But then the Mainz board turned around and said, there will be a press conference, but it will be you getting sacked. So I know I shouldn't laugh, but it was just the way that Jurgen sort of responded. To try and see the interview if you can do with Stephen Oakey, I think his name is, sorry if I mispronounced his name. I probably shouldn't. I just found Klopp's reaction to it very, very funny. But yes, that's how Jurgen's journey in management begins. So yeah, thank you, Mainz, I guess.